Menders, I'm back. So I wanted to, sorry, I got to move my glasses here. Wanted to talk about the one of the best videos that I did last couple of weeks was on the Meridian, which was a surprise because I broke down um, different types of activities when the ARC first launched, and y'all like the Meridian video the most. So I wanted to. So what I did was uh, I saved up all my points, and I figured, you know what, we'll go ahead and do it again, sort of Meridian round two, and we'll see where we get on Meridian. So let me go ahead and shift my ship to that one. I hope everybody's in. That's weird. I hope everybody's enjoying the arc. I do hopefully, maybe, possibly plan to make a video on the arc itself. I know that I know some people like to enjoy uh, hearing about where the arc is. I'm not an insider, so I don't, I don't really know anything about what's going on the inside of the game. Scopely. Anyway, so let's see where we're at. So basically, we're on December. Let's see, what's today? It's December 23rd. So it's about what, about 2 weeks ish into the arc. Let's see where we are now. When we left off, oops, wrong one. Archives. When we left off, I had made the comment that I thought that this arc was pretty expensive, and I'm still kind of in that mode because I don't remember what the original costs were, but you can see that here it's going to cost. Let's see, it's 18. Well, this is 2,400, 3,400, then 4,200. 6,200. This is going to cost another 7,000. And right now, I believe I'm at max shards that I can hold, so I still can't complete it. But I wanted this journey to be together. Okay, so we'll first take a sip of our coffee, and then let's see what we get. Again, we're not going to complete it, but I'll go ahead and make a third video showing the completion. Once again, a little bit of review here. Most of this stuff is just what you'd get from a normal isogen turn-in. I recall that I was a little disappointed that they did not put in, they didn't close the loop, basically, is the shortest way to put it, right? So you still have to go and go to your refinery, I think it's territory, and you're still going to have to go and do these four here for the purposes of your alliance. Personally, I think that that was a missed opportunity for Scopely to just sort of not just give alliances a little bit of a breather, because if we collected these things, those sorry, I'm pointing at the screen. Can you see my fingers where I'm pointing? I'll use my mouse. Um, if they had made these so that we could collect them simultaneously as part of the independent archive, this would mean that players who probably regularly and routinely collect their archives would also contribute to their alliances, and therefore bringing a little bit of relief in terms of how much the alliances are dependent upon their membership, supplying them with these resources so that way they can participate in takeovers and pay for the perks that you get when you have a territory captured. So I think it was a little bit of not a little bit. I think it was a significant lost opportunity to really sort of not just improve quality of life for players, but also for alliances. But they didn't do it, so there we are. But let's go ahead and advance our archive. And then where are we at? So Meridian. So here again, we're going to get the Meridian. We're going to increase a ship that once you get to a certain level, you basically no longer need. And not only that, but you also don't even use. Once you get like the Novas, certainly oh gosh, what are they called? This ship, the Selkis. Once you get these ships, you really don't need your Meridians anymore. I used to have. Let me since we're talking, let me show you. I used to have 4 Meridians, and I was tempted to pull up, some additional ones because these ships are relatively easy to get. I think you get them through. There's a weekly event. I think you can get the blueprints, so they're not particularly difficult to acquire. And then once you actually have built your first one and you've gone a little bit of time to acquire your second one, you've got a lot of the materials necessary to build. So it's not a hard trick to get more than one Meridian. The problem is once you get the Meridian and you're in G5, certainly G6, you really don't need the Meridian any longer because the Meridian has a relatively small cargo hold. So it's 9 million, which is not small, but it's not huge. But if you've gotten your G5 um, miners up and you've leveled them, they're going to outpace your Meridian. Plus, they're going to have way more capacity. So, it's and they'll also have higher protected cargoes as well, just because of the fact that their overall capacity is higher. So it's a ship that kind of loses its value fairly quickly, but and then of course by the time you're completing your archive, depending on the type of player you are, if you're a free to play player, unless you're consistent, you're already going to be in G5 or close to G5. So it's a weird trade off, but nonetheless, um, let's go ahead and level as far as we can. So we got 5,000 points. We're going to get a boost to FKR protected cargo. I mean that's nice. I'm not on a PvP server, so for me personally as a player, the protected cargo doesn't really help all that much because there's so much ROE, rules of engagement, um, that prevent players from really sort of engaging each other in combat, PvP combat. So on servers like mine, protected cargo is not a big deal because you're not hunted when you are. So, um, you know, again, that's a meta part of the game. I don't know that Scopely necessarily needs to concern itself about it, but for me, it doesn't really have much value. So we'll go to this one, and let's see if I was at max, I should be able to pull another one, get a little bit more. I'll bet this is it. Yeah. So I was at max. I now have an extra 400. I'm not going to be able to do the next level. So it'll be basically about another 2 weeks before I can finish off the archive. Oops. I always click on refinery for some reason. Let's see. We got 24. We got 5,200 left. That, no. Yeah, 5,200 left before this will be cleaned out or finished. So, and that'll probably be about another. So I think I got 500. I have how much? So that's 2,100, and then about another 1,000. So about another 6 days, and we'll complete it. So I'll be sure to put up another video. Y'all like the Meridian video? I hope you like this one. Please click like and subscribe. Make some comments about your thoughts and opinions about the Meridian. Like I said, for me, it's kind of uh, uh, it's like a flat balloon. It doesn't really have much other than just the fact that it's part of the game. I'm at the point where we can participate, and that's the big thing, right? It's just participating in the game, making sure that we play and have fun, and that's the point. So have fun, guys and ladies, because I know that there's some women commanders out there. Um, this looks like this is going to take a total of about maybe 5 weeks to complete if you were at max when this started. Have a good holiday weekend. Bye.